we've been seeing a lot of TvP as of late, and we have been seeing a shift in the meta as well in regards to how aggressive and how defensive certain players have been as of late. But here we go, we're jumping into game number 1, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of torches, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. I started saying French, and then in my brain I was like, isn't he Italian? It's like, no. we just casted Rainer. Rainer's still in the brain. Yeah. Este Rainer. Interesting location for the initial gateway. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter as much here. Welcome to Torches. Welcome to Torches. Torches is one of the more vetoed maps in the map pool, but we see it more in these best of 5, so we get to experience Torches once again. As Classic, he's already mining through those gold mineral patches. Okay. So typically your first gateway is used to wall up the Reaper Cliff, but remember, there's no Reaper Cliff coming into the main base here on Torches, and Classic is being cheeky, already mining out and already breaking into the center of the map. Of course, that is one of the big features here of Torches, is you have this mineral wall here to gain access towards these center bases and to try to rush into the gold, or even go for a proxy Stargate. He's going for the gold. He's crazy. he's going for the gold. Let's go. Okay, I don't think I've seen a Protoss rush into the gold base's natural before, so we're seeing it here and now from Classic. Let's go. The gold base has been taken. And we'll see if Clem is able to recognize what's happening and if he's going to be able to punish it as well. SCV Scout is coming in. Este Classic. Back at him, economic opener. Racks expand out of Clem. Does open up economically. Does go in for the scouts. Remember, the initial pylon is hidden, making it look like a proxy. And does he find it? Up? He does not. Bunker's on the way. Oh, Jesus. He threw down the bunker. He does cancel again. We do see Clem. He's panicking a little bit here. He believes he's being cheesed out, and everything he sees does tell him that. He's looking. Okay, he's searching for the proxy, trying to figure out what's going on, setting up on the high ground. When really Classic is expanding. Oh my god. Not like this. Meanwhile, we do see a reactor on the way here going into zone 111. Clem coming back in. No, it's still not. Still searching. Gold base is being saturated. Twilight Council's on the way for a Classic. And Classic building up towards the Twilight Council. Because of this, he could go into charge. True, because of the boosted economy, we could see a charge 2-base all in here by Classic instead. I mean, remember how wide the natural is here on Torches as well. It's a very wide ramp, very accessible natural. Blink. Okay, he's going to blink, not charge. Blink is on the way. Safety Cyclone out of Clem. Zero mining at the natural. Clem, he's terrified. He's forced back. He did not get the bunker on the low ground either. No low ground bunker. Getting oversaturated. Clem going for the second racks, so he's building up towards a 3-1-1. With the drop, he will eventually figure out what's happening. Eventually. Mining out his own patches. Oh my god. Classic going for the other goal base. I have seen Rogue do this, if you recall. It was Rogue versus Hero, where Rogue took both bases. No, sorry, it wasn't Rogue. Rogue versus Hero. Rogue is where he went for the all-in. It was after that series. Oh, yeah, it was, sorry, it wasn't Rogue versus Hero. It was Rogue versus Classic. That's it. Yeah, true. It was in GSL Season 2. And there we go. Now he knows. Now he does find the ninja base, does find the gold. Now Clem is aware of what's been happening. Now he knows. And he's already mined through these patches. Let's go. He's moving in. His goal here to punish the gold base. But yeah, so it was Rogue versus Classic, where Rogue did this against Classic, actually. Stalker goes down. So let's go down. Blink is almost done. The boys are being pulled. Can he dive on top of the tank? Can he dive in? He can. He will. The tank does go down. Does cost him 9 probes, though. A lot of workers are going down. Is this worth of a classic? Is it worth it? It is a nice punish here from Clem. Medevac goes down. There's a tank further behind this. Classic pushing within the range of the tank. Banshee's going to be on the way. And again, Classic does lose so many workers here trying to defend. Oh no! Oh, Blink's in. That was crazy. Does get the tank. Just barely. That was a crazy dive at a Classic. It paid off. Did pay off. Bullies back the Marines. Takes over control of the area of the entrance. Of the mineral wall. And he's saturating the gold. The gold base is getting saturated. So is the other. It's building up here on 3 bases. We have Cloak Banshee on the way. Now, what's terrifying, as you can see here, this happens in PvP with DTs. It happens in TvP as well. Where is the detection? That's... the answer is it doesn't exist. There's no Forge, there's no Stargate, there's no Robo. There is 0 detection right now for Classic. So, Cloak Banshees... Oh, he cancelled. He cancelled Cloak. Yeah, he canceled. He could have just gone crazy with it. He canceled Cloak, but yeah, never mind. Never mind. I mean, still pushing in anyway. Does have his 2 tanks. Decent blink here, but nah, Clem has too much anyway. He has too much. He breaks through the Stalkers. Charge just now finishing. And Clem just bullies his way through, gets into the middle line once again. And Classic kind of holds. I mean, there were 2 avenues of attack here. I mean, Clemmy's just breaking through anyway, but he could have been fancy with Cloak. Could have also been successful. Regardless, breaks the expansion. Classic does have a backup gold on the way. That is saturated. But what the scary thing here is that Clem, he can break this gold, and then bam, he can just push into the main. He can just push straight for the main from here. He has access at the same time. We do have a proxy gateway across the map, warping in at charge lots. Classic forcing Clem back home. Does force him back. Does force him all the way. Getting a couple of SCV kills, buying time, allowing the goal base to get up and running. Okay. Classic re-expanding. Classic is still in this game. It's still a really shaky game state. It's very shaky. But he's in this. As Clem is slowly taking his 3rd. He's not pushing. He's not going for the all-in. Clem is expanding from here. 3 Banshees move out. There are some Stalkers in position. No shield battery. Again, if we had Cloak, this could end the game. There's still 0 detection, by the way, for Clem. The Robo's still in production. Sorry, for Classic. Robo's still on the way. With that, the Banshees are deflected. Classic is keeping up. Oh my god. Banshee's getting caught out. Losing 2 Banshees for not much. Better defense here for Classic. Catching up the Banshees. Remember, he's still got the gold. Still has the gold base. He does break out. And does Clem have the wherewithal to check for the gold? Does he check the expansion? He will. Yeah, he does move in. Does check. He spots the army at least. Very nice depot wall. It walls up, does repair. The armies, they pass by each other. We're going for the base trade. Clem straight into the natural. Classic also straight into the natural as well. The base trade is upon us. Diving straight into the main, actually. Boys are being pulled. We're coming in with the surround. Yeah, the boys are coming in. Aye. Wouldn't mind Zoop Burrow. A lot of SC's going to be falling. That's a lot of charge lots. As they'll say break on through, at the same time Clem also busting into the main. SCVs and workers are falling. Probes alike. Probes and SCVs alike, I should say. But alas, we do hold the line. Clemmy's holding. Yeah, Clemmy's holding on. He's building up his army. More Marines, more Marauders. At the same time, Clemmy breaks down the production. Clem still has an army. He's trading. He's trading well. Can't pick up. Pulls away. Oh no. Saves whatever he can. Or at least tries to. Yeah, it does focus fire as many Stalkers as possible. Clem is racing back home. Takes care of the main. And yes, Classic, he has an economy, but he has no production. He has one gateway. He's warping in, sorry, 2 gateways. Right, he has a proxy. True. So he has 2 gateways. Warping in 2 units at a time. The drop does make it back home. We have the great migration here with the orbitals. And Clem, he can just fight head on. Plenty of Marines, plenty of fire. Nice kiting. Sims on forward. The choke point is brutal, takes care of all the zealots. And Clem holds. Clem holds. Clem, he takes down the observer. 3 Stalkers survive. And Clem, will he ever scout the gold? Will he ever? Will that happen by the time the game ends? Ay, ay, ay. We have more gateways on the way. And GG gets called. He will never scout the gold. And Clem, he will take game number 1. Whew, GG. GG, well played. A crazy game 1, by the way. Classic rush fake. So a lot happened there. Classic, he faked a proxy with the hidden gateway with the hidden cybercore. He went straight for the gold base instead. He somewhat got away with it. He went for both gold bases. But Clem, I mean, he didn't hold back. He was able to mine through the patches early on. He was able to get on top of the gold, able to shut it down. Again, with his tank Banshee aggression. He could have gone into Cloak, opted not to, just pushed out with tank Banshee, broke the gold. GG. GG, well played. Things were very chaotic there with the base trade, and there was definitely an opportunity for Classic, but Clem traded so well back at home. He had reinforcements, he pulled the boys, he held the line. And with that, Clem does claim the first game. Let's go. Let us go as we're getting into game number 2. Game 2 is going to be on Persephone. Oh, here we go. Persephone, another interesting map as well. It does have a short rush distance by air, similar to Torches. Likewise, has a very direct rush distance across the map. And we'll see how aggressive our players are going to be this time. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Green Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. We go. So we are settling in. So we are calming down. Oh, this time the gateway is a much more standard location. We're not hiding the first gateway. We're not faking out a proxy. This time a standard opener out of Classic. No fake outs. Of course, there is a goal base on Persephone. True, so that may factor in, especially if we end up in a long macro game. Typically, Classic is the kind of player that does thrive in the mid game, and if he sees an opportunity, he will rush into Skytoss in this matchup. But we'll see if we can get there. We'll see if we can get there. It's a very old referencing ID. EGOGS Prime. Let's go. Very old school. As now, gate expand. Or gate type expands and then picking out a Classic. I don't recognize the RC reference, I'll say that. But now though, do have our Rax expand economic open out of Clem as well. Okay, does go for the economic start. Oh, remember when EG had the RC suffix? Raid call. Is that what it's from? Ah. That was before my time. Or I just never noticed. RC raid call. Ah, there you go. There you go. I made this nickname when all the clans were active. Crazy, crazy. Smooth. Oh. That's an ID. There's so much history there. So much in one phrase. Good times, good times. As behind this, we have our follow-up. We have our take of choice. Twilight Council opener here at a classic. Does open Twilight Council in towards Blink. Meanwhile, we do have a Clem opening up with a Mind Drop. So nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. So far, pretty standard passive early game when it comes to our openers. Hydro was looking to see that then. True, true. So we are moving out. So I'm moving out. The Mind Drop is going to be on the horizon here from the side of Clem. Classic 2K Blink? No shot. Okay. Let's go. A rare build nowadays, but 2K Blink into a third. Very greedy build here by Classic. Does cut some corners. Against an economic opener, this makes sense though. Again, there's nothing to really threaten Classic. It's a Mind Drop, right? A Mind Drop is going to get a couple of probe kills, but that's it. So this third base is safe. So a greedy build here by Classic, but calculated as well. Hallucination does confirm the Mind Drop. Does confirm. And behind this, Clem building up towards a 2, soon to be 3-1-1 setup. And Classic should get away with his greed. So we have a Mind Drop followed by the Raven Harass as well. Again, something that we didn't really get to touch on, even though we've seen a lot of all-ins in TvP as of late, that's mainly been from the Korean side of things. Clem does mix in all-ins, don't get me wrong, but he's less so willing to embrace them as opposed to players like Maru or Bunny or Cure or Gumiho, for example. I would say that Clem is a little more macro-oriented, similar to Beyond, actually. Beyond, I would say, is the most like macro-oriented out of the Korean Terrans right now in TvP. Where Beyond's also more willing to take a third base and expand. Same as a Clem. Mind shot, nice bait. Very nice. Baits at the mind shot, cleans up all the mines. With that, Classic does defend it, getting to his own gateway follow-up into +1, charge. There's going to be a delayed splash damage build here from Classic, and eventually working towards either Colossus or Storm. Here we go. Clem does poke in. As Clem does poke in. Again, just some auto shot harass. Nothing crazy. Classic is looking to gain map control. Looking to gain it. And from here, Clem has to make a choice. Either we throw down 2 more Raxes and actually turn this into a 2-base all-in, or we throw down a 3rd CC and macro from here. The problem is, the longer this goes on, the worse it's going to be. There it is, 3rd CC is on the way, so Clem, he is opting to get into the mid-game. Let's go. So we're slowing things down. Again, this is just such a direct contrast between this series and the Maru series. Maru vs Showtime was over by now. Where Maru was just going for non-stop 2-base all-ins. Just non-stop 2-base all-ins against Showtime, and did break him. Here, Clem slowing things down, getting a 3rd base, dropping into the main. Spotted by the Observer. That Clem spots the Observer as well. Nice snipe. Keen eyes out of Clem. Does catch him out. We're setting up. Catching out the Stalkers, at least trying to. Again, Clem does gain map control. Behind this, remember, he's expanding, claiming a third base. Just posturing here with Classic. Tries to go for the Zealot run, but he gets caught out. Nice catch here from Clem. Getting 1-2 Zealots. Likewise, Clem moving out to deny the fourth. Very nice timing. He moves in. The fourth base is going to be cancelled. There's nothing here. Yeah, brutal pickoff. Denies the fourth. Rotating over, catches Zealots once again. Yeah, Zealots have to get the hell out of here. Classic being torn apart. Losing the fourth base, losing his Zealot run by. Clem, he's tempted. He wants to go for the dive. He wants a Colossus. He wants it. Oh, no, doesn't quite get it. Okay, does pull away in time. Nice mine shots. Nice mine connection. Clem calming down. Oh. Yeah, Classic diving on the opportunity. Catching out some of the bio. Clem pulls away. And he should disengage. Should just disengage from here. Get the hell out of here. Bleak Stalkers will pick off a couple of stray units. Clem switching into Viking production. Does switch in. Third base getting fully saturated. Classic retaking his fourth. But again, was delayed. Clem got what he wanted. He traded well. And coming into the mid game, I do favor Clem here. Clem currently has the better economy. Ideally, the Protoss wants to be up a base. They want to be up an expansion, up a mineral line. That's not the case here for Classic. 4 CCs already on the way. Ay, ay, ay. And likewise, upon seeing the Colossus, we're already working towards Mass Viking. Meanwhile, that's going to be a second Robo here for Classic, so he's not going into Storm. He's going double Colossus production into double Disruptor production. Or into Immortals. Like, both are viable. Going into Immortals or Disruptors. But we're gearing up towards a longer game. Ghost Academy's on the way for Clem. We have a Zealot run by set up on the left-hand side. He gets spotted. Clem is aware. He splits off his army. Does split up. He's ready. Okay, he's looking for the run by. Classic, he pulled away after he got scouted. So good move here by Classic. Prism into the main. And the main base is exposed. Disruptors are amassing. Classic at least has map control. He's double expanding to catch up. Gets his fourth base, now getting his fifth. And he's holding on to that drop. Ideally, you want to wait for Clem to move out. You want to wait for the Terran to be active or to be distracted. Then you go in with the Prism. Speaking of distraction, here comes Classic. And again, I don't think he really intends to try to break the base or break the main army. Just keep Clem's attention elsewhere. Oh, the Prism gets scattered though. Gosh, out to the factory. Yeah, he has to move in. Prism is seen. There's a turret. Vikings moving in position as well. Ooh, yeah, brutal blink. Mind Shots do punish. Prism into the main. It's going to be shut down. Zealots in towards the third base. Bunkers in position. And Clem holds. Yeah, Clem, he defends the main, he defends the third, and he deflects the main army as well. So Clem, he's just all over this. He shuts down all the aggression. Classic has to back off. Now, Classic, he does have at least map control, that's true, but that doesn't really mean much if he can't slow Clem down. As Clem is maxed. Clem, he's maxed out. He's ready to push. Once again, another counterattack on the left-hand side. Disruptors are out. It is much more committed. Bunker goes down. And from here, as Classic is maxing out, he needs to start thinking... Actually, I was going to say start thinking about taking up. At this point, he can commit to Ground Toss. He doesn't need Sky Toss until Liberators hit the field. Doesn't need it yet. So third Robo. So triple Disruptor production. Catching out some of the Ghosts. Nova goes up. Nice splits. Very nice splits. Does avoid the Novas. Barely anyone connects. Yeah, they don't connect. Disruptor's going to be going down. The splits were crazy. Oh, finally good connection. 2 Ghosts go down towards the end, but is that good enough? Yeah, it takes down the Disruptor. Another Nova goes off. Better connection towards the end once again. So we have 2 decent connections, but that's it. Only 2 connections. Not good enough at the same time. Masses out the counterattack. SCV's going to be going down. Zealots into the natural as well. Not bad. And Clem, he races back home. He races back home to defend against the Zealots. Oh no, the Vikings! Classic can take it up behind. The Viking count gets reset. Classic is holding, but he's stuck with purely a gateway composition. Maybe thinking, what happened to all the disruptors? They all died. Like, all the disruptors got sniped. Now it's just purely gateway, purely zealots. The swarm toss. Let's go. Diving in the army, brutal EMP. Yeah, Clem kites well against this. Disruptors are being rebuilt. Now we're up to 3, soon to be 6 disruptors. Another zealot run by. Classic claiming the gold. Now there is now a lot of pressure on Clem to deny that gold base. He does scout. He does know. He's worth the gold. With the Viking count being reset, this is where Classic can go back into Disruptor, sorry, into Colossus. Can go back in. Nova's going up. Nice connections. Better connections here from Classic. Clem going for trying to defend. Likewise, CC is going to be denied. And Clem is still stuck at home. He's down to how many ghosts? 1. Ooh, just 1 ghost. It is terrifying trying to be active with only 1 ghost. Going for the drop instead, he gets spotted by the Observer. Nice scouting here by Classic. He's racing on over, forced to recall back home. Does recall to the main. And he's ready for this. Yeah, he blinks in. Gets up. Gets 1. 1 medic goes down. And should clean this up. At the same time, Classic does rotate over towards the 3rd. Gets a ghost. Remember, the ghost count is low. Ghost goes down. Clem coming in from behind. Trying to catch out the disruptors. Novas don't quite connect. Clem once again trying to catch him off. Or trying to cut him off. Does try to. Classic, he breaks out. He does get away. He has the high ground. Clem has to race back. He cannot push into this. Again, he has no Liberators. Not yet. Liberator production has just now begun. Liberation is on the way. Likewise, he still only has 1 ghost. Like, there's just no ghost here. Oh no! Down to 0. He has 0 ghosts left. 1 EMP goes up. Novas are decent. Yeah, decent Novas here from Classic. But now we have Liberation. Now he has to get the hell out of here. Liberators, they hold the line. Oh. Then we'll chase him down. Stepping him forward, takes down one of the disruptors as well. And I feel like Classic should leave. Oh no! He gets caught. 2 more disruptors. He has to get the hell out of here. And recall was used earlier. He's trying to reinforce. Classic making a stand. Gets another ghost. Another ghost goes down. Kills the CC. Once again, a solid Nova. Nova connects. We're down to 1 disruptor. Down to 0. And Clem holds. Clem holds. He does clean this up. Behind this, Classic, he has the gold. He can afford these trades. He has a bank. At least a mineral one. He has a mineral bank. Clem, he needs an expansion. Floating over a CC. Does scan. Does spot the gold. Sees it fully saturated. And this is still neck and neck. Still anyone's game. Back up to 6 disruptors. Likewise now to 2 ghosts. Again, against a mass gateway composition, only having 2 ghosts is pretty brutal. Oh. As EMP is not much more important, but very nice target firing. Catching out 3 more disruptors. Just 2. Catching out 2 more. There's 1 disruptor left. The cooldown, I mean, it's on cooldown. Takes out the disruptor. Zealot at the same time. 19 SCV kills. Let's go. Zealot pop off. Clem is crippled. Yeah, the economy is crippled. He's forced to commit. pushing into cannons, pushing into shield batteries. Yeah, the best fight that Classic can hope for. And he does hold 20 SCV kills. Classic, he's doing it. He's holding. He defends, he attacks. Classic, he can rebuild. He has the bank. He has the economy, I should say. Has the bases. But Clem does move out. Going for a split push. Okay. Takes down the Nexus. Nice pickoff. Doesn't get the mineral line, but does get the base. At the same time, army's out of position. Now jumping into the main. Does force the recall. Recall's now on cooldown. And Clem is going for the gold. He's going for the gold. Classic is trying to race on over. Only with half his army. Cannons are going down. Zealots from behind. Only a handful of Zealots though. I don't think that's going to be enough. That'll be close. Okay, it's enough. Nice target fire, getting 1, 2, 3 disruptors. Oh my god. And this is mainly a medevac army. There's not much here. There's not much left for Clem. Clem, meanwhile, takes down 2 expansions. Gets a mineral line. Has to get the hell out of here. Well, on the left-hand side, he got 1 Nexus. He got the other Nexus as well, so 2 bases. And dropping back into the gold. This time, no cannons. This time, there's no cannons. Pushed into natural. Classic racing back. Remember, recall's on cooldown. Classic being torn apart. And Clem, he wants that gold. He wants that gold base. 20 probe kills. And finally, the planetary's up. Finally, it's up and running. Finally, Clem, he does get a fresh mining base. It took a long time. It took like, what, 3-4 minutes. And we're going for a base trade. No, he responds. Okay. No base trade. Does respond. As another ghost is going to go down. Expansion is denied. I'm racing over. No, it doesn't connect. Oh my god, the target firing takes down both disruptors. Zero Novas connect, and he does commit. Yeah, he does move out on the right-hand side, so he does go for the base trade. He will lose control of his own third, where he takes care of the gold. And this was the most, or one of the most important bases here for Classic. How long this is mining? He's got 1 full base here, no gases. Bear that in mind. Classic, this is hurting him. He has no gases top right and no gases in the center. He has 1 gas here towards a third. So a low gas count. That's why he's so zealot heavy. That's why he has so many zealots. And not as many disruptors or Colossus. Yeah, better flank here from Clem. Comes in from behind, and he'll get a surround. He gets a full surround here. Classic. Not the fight to take. He'll lose everything. The Colossus, the Zealots, the Stalkers as well. And Clem's done it. Clem, he's finally done it. He breaks the main army. Classic caught in the surround. And now there's nothing to defend. There's nothing here. Clem, he can just keep on pushing in a very intense back and forth. Early on was dominated by Clem, but then Classic, he clawed his way back in. Ah, it was beautiful. It was intense. Both players, they had their moments. I mean, hey, there was a time when Clem, like, he was losing bases. He lost 20 SCVs earlier, if you recall. Clem, he was in a dire position, and what did he do? He dropped. Remember, he dropped in towards the main. He killed 2 bases. He broke the third. He tore Classic apart. Despite being down in economy. And then he snowballs into this. Snowballs into this, baby. 27 more probe kills. He stems in, takes down the final Colossus, and Clem, he has done it. He has broken Classic. I mean, he broke him earlier. And with that, there's nothing left. There's nothing left. GG gets called, and Clem, he will take a 2-0 lead in the series. Whew. GG. GG, well played. A very impressive play there by Clem. And again, a shout to Classic, because this was not one-sided by any means. Initially, I would say that Clem had the stronger start to the game for sure. He had a very impressive early game to get into the mid game. Then Classic was able to get map control away from Clem. Classic from there was able to eventually tear him apart himself. Remember, he was denying the 4th base. Sorry, denying the 5th. He was denying the 5th base time and time again, keeping the economy low for Clem. He got a mineral line as well, but Clem, he did drag himself back into it, or clawed his way back in. GG. GG, well played. With that, Clem is up 2-0, and we'll see if Clem can claim the series here and now, or if Classic can fight back. Let's go. We're getting into Game 3. Game 3 is going to be on Ultra Love. Ooh, a much smaller map. Much smaller map. And we'll see if Clem takes a more aggressive approach. Remember, Clem, he went for a very economic opener, a very passive opener. He went for a Rax Expand into a Mine Drop into Raven Harass. Get a bit of a slower start to the game. But here we go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss representing Virtus Pro. Down in the series, we'll see if we can bounce back and make a series out of this. It is Classic. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the French Terran player. We have the blue Terran representing Team Liquid. It is Clem. Here we go. I had no idea you can do that. Yeah, I remember that was a message posted when Classic, he avoided the mine shot by diving into the gas geyser. There's a couple of different ways where you can avoid mine shots like that. Like, you can bait it by jumping into a gas geyser. You can bait it with a drone by morphing into like a gas geyser, or morphing into a spore, morphing into a building. So you can bait the mine shot on a morphing in worker. It have shades as well, right? You can shade just at the right moment to avoid the mine. Or you can pick up micro as well, with a prism, with a medevac, with dropper lords. There's a couple of neat ways to do that. A couple. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting to our next game. And double gas. Okay, so Clem, he does mix it up here. Double gas opener out of our Terran player, going for a faster factory. If I'm not mistaken, I believe this is the first time we're seeing double gas this series. If I'm not mistaken, I believe we had an economic opener in Game 1 on torches. And of course, economic opener last game as well. So we have a much more aggressive start, which makes sense here on Ultra Love. Welcome to Ultra Love. Ultra Love has a shorter rush distance by ground. Aggression and all-ins are favored here on Ultra Love. And we'll see what Clem goes for. Here we go. Clem's anti-disruptor micro is inhuman. He had really solid control against the disruptors, whether it came to sniping them or avoiding their shots. There were a couple of good novas from Classic, definitely, but there were more missed shots than connecting shots. I want to say that there were like 3 or 4 solid novas out of Classic, which again, like, he was holding his own. He was holding his own for a time. Like, what makes for a solid game is to have, you know, a back and forth between the two players. Oh, hello. As we are opening up with a proxy starport. Let's go Hellion Drop. I mean, I say Hellion Drop, so this could be one of two things. It's going to be, again, double gas, faster factory, into the faster starport, into reactored Hellion. And this can be Hellion harassed towards a natural and a Liberator rallied into the main, or it could be a medevac and just drop into the main. So one of the two. Either Liberator or medevac. Ooh, Classic, he will scout. He will confirm. It is going to be the medevac here, and Classic gets eyes on this. He knows. He is aware. And he can get ready. Does have that shield battery in the main. Clem, he knows he got scouted. Committing anyway. But no longer has that surprise factor. The correct thing to do here is just rally into the main and then wall off. Yeah, there you go. So he just does fully wall off the natural, rallies into the main base. That's a full building wall as well. And Clem actually dropping into the natural. Nicely done. Army's out of position. Classic expecting the drop into the main base, but the drop into the natural instead. Probe's going to be going down. Getting 4 or 5 workers. Very nice rotation here from Clem, despite being scouted. Very nicely done. And again, 3 Hellions, a one-shot probes. Oof. Getting 7. Getting up to 7 so far. Is going to be cleaned up. Medevac does escape, and not bad. Again, that was 4 Hellions and 1 Reaper for 7 workers. On top of that, did force some lost mining time, did force out a second pylon. Liberator has arrived, so it was dropped into Liberator. And back at him, Classic Clem, he's building up. Classic going for the counterattack. Classic, he commits. Liberator doesn't come back home. Heli drop back into the natural. Liberation into the main. Classic moving in. Oh, and late reaction, late reaction. Yeah, he's focusing elsewhere. He's distracted. Breaks into the natural, gets a couple of SCVs, but probes are falling, getting 5 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. Not like this. Oh. And Stalker's being forced back. Tank does bully them. Now we have a second tank as well. Oh god. The tank boys are insane. And Classic is just being forced out of the natural. Clem holds. Clem he holds, he defends. Meanwhile, Liberator's still getting more damage. Gets to the 4 probes. Yeah, 11 kills in total. Getting up to 12. Better damage from Clem. And behind this is building up. He's just building up his tank counts, building up his bio, working on medevacs to eventually push across the map. Right now, there's pressure on Classic to get something done. Remember, he hasn't even expanded yet. Late third, very late third base from Classic. He's so committed on 2 bases. And there's no bunker. Okay, there's an opening. He's going for it. He's going for it. Can he get on top of that tank? Just poking in. Doesn't dive. Just picks away at the starport. Does force it to reposition. Stalker's backing up. Oh, right, there's no blink. In my mind, I'm like, yo, is he going to blink on the tank? There is no blink, so he can't. Cannot dive in. Has to pull away. I mean, that's just how delayed Classic is. So late tech, late expansion, late economy. Clem is looking solid. So far, at least. Is looking solid. Blink is revealed. Clem gets away in time. Does pull away. 3rd CC's in production. You could make an argument that from here, Clem could successfully just go into a 2-base all-in and just pull the boys. Just pull the boys, build up to 4 or 5 tanks, and just send it across the map. But here, he's taking it slow. He's getting a 3rd CC. There's no need to commit. He's now switching into Widowmine production out of tanks. And going for draw play. He's taking it slow. Also, yeah, my apologies. My apologies. Didn't quite update the bracket command. Didn't quite. Like how we realized at the end of the broadcast. God damn it. Meanwhile, drop into the 3rd. Clem breaks out. Now he's got medevacs. Now remember, Clem, he's still expanding behind this. He still has a follow-up. He's not all in. Just forcing Classic back. Gets 5 more probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. For 1 drop of Marines. Likewise, going for a mine drop into the main. Clem, he backs off. He backs off. Now he can expand. Soon takes the 3rd. Oh. And we'll see if Classic can catch Clem out of position. Dragging him towards the left-hand side. Stalker's moving in, but Clem, he turns around in time. He has made it. Let's go. Making use of the tower. And we're just waiting for Clem to saturate his 3rd base. Like, on the one hand, again, Clem, he had no intention of committing across the map. He doesn't need to. He was already ahead, and he still is. Ideally, we spoke about this before, but Classic wants to be upper base and upper mineral line, and he's not. He's equivalent here on bases. He's down in economy. The 4th base is no, yeah, it's too late. It's too late. It's not going to get up and running. Is denied. Classic's in trouble. He can't have on top of the tanks though. Gets 1, gets 2, gets up to all 3. Oh my god, barely does. All 3 tanks go down. Very nice catch here by Classic. Despite that, he cannot engage head on. Decent force fields, locking back the army. Does zone Clem away. And that was maybe the best fight that Classic could have hoped for. He sniped all 3 tanks. But there's still just so much bio left over. He's also going to dive in. They do distract. I'm still rallying. And there's 1 Colossus on the way. With a Colossus Classic, he might be able to hold on. He's coming in from behind. Yes, I'll say avoid the Widow Mines. They try to avoid the mines. Clem's still rallying, going for the expansion. Classic, he has to commit. Does get a force field. Cashing out a couple of Marines. Stalkers are now coming in. And he has to surround. The Colossus has arrived. So the Colossus got the Stalkers. Does try to dive in. Pushing into the Widow Mines though. Oh, good. Yeah, Widow Mines to connect. They shut down the Zealots. No more Zealots left. And with that, Clem, he breaks through. He breaks through. Zealots, they just evaporate. Oh, God. Vikings arrive as well. They take down the Colossus. No shield battery. These mines were brutal. And with that, Clem, he has done it. He has broken the back of Classic. Classic barely warping, and you see the base barely survives. That's he's holding on. Barely holding on. I'm still waiting for reinforcements. Does have a backup Colossus. Okay. Colossus has arrived. There's still another Viking. Classic trying to sneak out a 4th base. But again, he should never be able to expand. Shouldn't be able to. That's a kill mode to cancel. Killing the expansion, dives on the Colossus. And there are no Zealots, there's no Immortals, no follow-up, no backbone. GG gets called, and Clem, he will take the series 3-0. Will take down Classic and make it to those playoffs. GG. GG, well played. A very impressive play there by Clem. I was most impressed by the opener. Remember, winding it back, it was a 1-1-1 proxy starport out of Clem. It was initially an a double gas opener into the proxy starport. With that, he was setting up for the Hellion drop into the main. But he got scouted. Remember, Classic, he scouted the drop, he scouted the starport, which means it was clear that it was going to be a drop into the main base. So what did he do? He walled off at the natural, and he rallied the entire army into the main, because that's what should be happening. But Clem knew he got scouted. He knew he got scouted, so what did he do? He did instead drop into the natural. Classic was out of position, probes went down. In the end, it was a successful opener out of Clem. From there, he defended against a counterattack, and Classic fell behind. He fell behind, he was down in workers, down in tech as well. Again, despite scouting what was happening, Clem, he still found damage. He still found damage, he still found a way. GG, impressive play there by Clem, and with that, he will claim the series. GG. I was most impressed by Classic in Game 2. Game 2, of course, on Persephone. It was very intense, very back and forth. Classic had his own moments where he was ahead, where he had a lead over Clem, so did make for a great series, but in the end, Clem did take it. Congratulations. Congratulations to Clem, and a shout out to Classic for facing off against him and for holding his own in said series. GG. GG, well played. But with that, we are going to be wrapping up here for the broadcast, just catching up on the bracket itself. There we have our 3 matches that we did wrap up. For those that may be tuning in a little bit later, for those that are unaware, these are matches from DreamHack Dallas. This was from around 3 to 4 weeks ago, so it's been quite some time. Unfortunately, we never had time to catch up on these replays. We were just busy casting everything else, because it was DreamHack Dallas right into the EWC qualifiers, right into Star of Zagora, into RSL, into all the other events that we do cover on a regular basis. So we had no time or no free slot to actually go into these these matches just now catching up here. Basically, we were live casting DreamHack Dallas. We were one of the side streams casting all 3 days, but during the group stage, despite us casting, despite the mainstream casting, there were so many matches happening at once, right? There were just so many matches happening at once, and a good portion of them never got casted, whether it was on our stream or whether it was on the mainstream or whether it was on Steadfast's stream. Steadfast was also a side stream as well at the time, but there were a lot of matches that never got broadcasted, so we're catching up. We're catching up on some of those matches that never got casted, or at least that we didn't cover ourselves either. So if you are interested in the playoffs and in the rest of DreamHack Dallas, we did the VODs are on YouTube. The VODs are on YouTube. We did cast them live, of course, at the time, so it's all there on YouTube if you're interested. Otherwise, again, we're catching up on some of these uncovered matches from the group stage. These are group stage matches, best of fives. And there's still 2 more to go, but we are going to be wrapping up for the time being. We're going to be concluding our coverage of these replays from the group stage tomorrow. It's going to be tomorrow. Bam. As you can see on our schedule. Again, our schedule's quite jam-packed. As you can see here, we just wrapped up with our early morning broadcast, our Thursday cast in the morning of DreamHack Dallas replays. This evening at 7 p.m. KST, that is going to be in 5 hours. Ooh. So 5 hours time, we're going to be live with the podcast. That is our weekly talk show where we do, it's basically like a weekly recap show where we go over all the news of the week. I do have some catching up to do. There was an interview with Fear Dragon. So we're going to be discussing the interview with Fear Dragon, and we're going to be discussing the Star Zagora interviews as well. I know there was a PTR patch for StarCraft Evolution. What else was there? Actually, I can give you a teaser. Podcast. Topic list. There was a podcast with Kalaris. He had a podcast with, I believe, Richard Lewis and Thorin, and they went over the state of StarCraft, so there was that as well. What else was there? There was an interview with Jumi, there was an interview with Basilisk and Shopify. A new event was announced, which is the Fusion Esports League. That is a big event happening in Poland, in Krakow. The qualifiers are next week. We're going to be all over that as well, of course. Catching up on the rest of the tournaments, catching up on Kung Fu Cup, the Yankee Show matches, OSC, Home Story Cup announcement as well. True, groups have been announced, and I can already say this, we have confirmation. You can actually see it on the schedule. Home Story Cup. Home Story Cup, we are going to be the B stream for Home Story Cup, casting it live here on the channel. You can see at 8 p.m. KST, 3 days. 3 days of Home Story Cup. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 3 days straight of Home Story Cup action. So that's going to be here on the channel as well. We're going to be alongside the main stream, of course. So we're going to be covering Home Story Cup. That's this weekend. And again, groups were announced, I want to say yesterday. Groups were announced. What else? EWC Global Qualifier, RSL Group Stage. Like, there's just a lot to talk about. So we're going to be going over all of that here tonight. I say all of that. There's a lot of interviews. I have 5 hours. I'm going to get some food, and I'm going to try to catch up and take notes on as much of this as I can. For all the interviews that we aren't able to catch up on, we'll push them back to next week. And then we can probably discuss them there. So that's going to be the plan. Here's going to be the plan. Otherwise, thank you for watching. Otherwise, thank you for the support. We do appreciate it. With that, we are going to be wrapping up for the time being. And again, we're going to be live once again in around 5 hours time. Tomorrow, we're going to be back with the rest of the DreamHack Dallas replays. And we're also going to be casting some show matches as well. And of course, Home Story Cup. Jesus, I can't believe Home Story Cup. It's already here. It's already here, papi. Aye. Not like this. Wait, just speaking of, I do have to message Baba. So I'm just reaching out regarding like assets for the stream, like assets, overlays, logos for Home Story Cup, just so we can have it all ready ahead of time, because again, it's a couple of days away. So very last minute, very last second, but it's all good. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We're going to be wrapping up, and we'll see you guys later on tonight or tomorrow for some more StarCraft. Hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I hope you all enjoy Home Story Cup, as Home Story Cup is over the weekend. It's going to be a lot of StarCraft here again. You thought that we could take a break after EWC, after DreamHack, after Star Zagara? No. The breaks, they do not stop. Home Story Cup, of course, and EWC is right around the corner as well. Esports World Cup, RSL playoffs, the 2v2 circuit as well. Epic Land is around the corner. There's a lot. There's a lot happening. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time for some more StarCraft. Stick around. We'll be giving another StarCraft streamer a raid. We'll find someone to send everyone over to. So yeah, give them some love, give them some support. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Ciao, bye, ciao. Thanks for watching. See you next time.